Salutations, crustaceans. I'm Lobster, and today we're going to be checking out a Sterling by Music Man Ray4 with a little bit of a twist. Let's check it out. This is a Sterling by Music Man Ray4 SUB. And this one's been modified with an Aguilar AG4M humbucker. Now this pickup is wired in parallel, just like the traditional Ernie Ball Music Man Stingrays. And that is paired with the stock 2-band preamp. Coincidentally, the exact same preamp that you find in the Ray24 CA. That's right, next to it over here is the Sterling by Music Man Ray24 CA, or Ray24 Classic. Now the differences between these two basses aren't as great as you would think, given the $200 price tag difference. Though on the Sterling by Music Man website, it says that they have the same pickup, they are actually very different pickups. The Sterling by Music Man SUB has a ceramic humbucker, which is very, very hot, and I found that to be the case with every single SUB I got. The pickup on the Ray24 Classic, which you'll see, is actually a really nice pickup. It's also a ceramic humbucker, but it sounds a lot better than what you would find in the SUB. Both of these basses feature the exact same 2-band 9-volt preamp. Exactly the same. Exact! Now on the website, they do list the preamp on the Sterling Ray24 as a 70s inspired preamp, whereas with the sub they just say 9-volt 2-band. I felt like it was pretty deceptive to use such different verbiage to describe the same preamp in two different basses. It's not tuned differently in any way, shape, or form. These are the exact same preamps. As for the necks, they are also exactly the same, except the Ray24 has a vintage tint to it. So they both feature the slimmer 38mm nut width like you would find on a Sterling as opposed to a Stingray, and they're the same. Same cuts of wood, same everything, just the tint. The Ray24 does feature a slab body that is mahogany, though I suspect it might be Eastern mahogany, which is very different to a traditional mahogany that you would expect out of a Gibson, per se. Whereas the SUB is a basswood body. Now tonally, you won't really find as much of a difference as you'd expect. These basses are actually, in their current form, extremely similar sounding. The one last big difference between the two basses is the bridges, with the Sterling Ray24 featuring a much more premium and modern styled bridge, where the sub just has this larger, I guess cheaper bridge. Other than that, they're very, 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 very similar basses. The regular price tag of the Ray24 is $500 and the sub is $300. So is that $200 price difference actually worth it? Well, I went ahead and I bought this Aguilar pickup for $100. And I threw it in here. That's the only modification I did, and I'm very surprised with the outcome. Now I purchased this sub as part of my modification series, where we're going to be checking out 3-band preamps as well as the associated pickups from manufacturers such as Seymour Duncan, EMG, Nordstrand, Aguilar, and Bartolini. And we have a surprise one as well, so be sure to catch that. But I was so impressed with the Aguilar pickup with the stock preamp that I wanted to make a separate short video about it. So let me show you how it sounds. You guys know what you need to do. Go ahead and pinch that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. Very nice. And that's with the preamp all the way down. Now let's adjust the bass over to the center. bad. Now let's boost the bass all the way. No distortion. Now let's bring the bass all the way down and bring the treble control up to center. That has some nice Stingray bite to it. I really like this pickup. Again, this bass is actually going to be getting an Aguilar OBP3 preamp, and it's going to be put head-to-head against the likes of EMG, Bartolini, Seymour Duncan, Nordstrand, and maybe others. Now, let's boost the treble control all the way. Not bad. That's a little bit harsh, but I mean, it's a very cheap preamp. Let's go ahead and bring that back down to center and bring the bass up as well. This thing sounds really good. Again, this is just a $100 pickup that was swapped in with the stock preamp. Now, let's see what this sounds like compared to our Ray24. Again, it's the same preamp, so I'm going to leave the bass control and treble control centered on both and have it be apples to apples. The only real variable here is the pickup, and I guess the body would, but, you know, mostly the pickup. So here we go. Now, one thing to keep in mind about the Ray24 is that it's wired in series, but the pickup does have the 2 leads and 2 grounds, so you can actually wire this in parallel and get the true Stingray mode. We'll be doing a separate video on that and a full review on the Ray24 as well, so stay tuned for those. basses sound like slapped. I'm actually going to slap this one in the full review, so you better keep an eye out for that. Let's slap this one though. Now, let's see what this bass sounds like with some drums behind it. Not bad for a $100 upgrade. Not bad. So is the Sterling Ray24 Classic worth the $200 upgrade over a sub? And that's a question that I really can't answer. That $200 difference could be spent on an upgraded pickup, and you'd have $100 left over. So it really depends on what you're looking to get out of this bass. Aftermarket bridges are available for the sub, and on top of that, if you really wanted to give this thing a vintage tint or a paint job, this is a $300 bass as opposed to a $500 bass, so the risk is significantly less. However, if you're looking for a bass that's just set it and forget it, and you really don't want to tinker at all, maybe the Ray24 might be a more suitable option for you. Those are just my thoughts though. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about my Sterling by Music Man Sub Ray4 with an Aguilar pickup. And as always, until we groove again.